Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show, Friday, January the 8th, 2016. Guys, I hope your new year is going well. Today we're going to discuss a lot of eBay information that's come up over the last week, and hopefully you will find most of this information helpful. The topics we're going to discuss today will include a major story about eBay spam. We're going to discuss returns and false SNAD claims. We're also going to discuss the Seller Hub in more detail. A shout out to Hal Lawton, which I'll get to in a minute, and some other eBay goings on of the week. And I'll answer some of your questions from last week's video. So let's get started. Let's do a little recap of the week first. This first week of 2016, my eBay sales started off quite slowly, which bummed me out because my December was my best December on record, as you know. It took me a day or two to realize one of the reasons why my sales were a lot slower, because several of my markdown manager promotions ended on December 30th and I had forgotten to renew them. So I took care of that, I believe, on January 1st. And it took a couple of days, maybe till the 3rd or so, and then the sales started coming back, and now the steamroller is really going. So I really honestly believe Markdown Manager is a key to success on eBay. I would also like to get involved in the promoted listings option, however it is not yet available in eBay Motors. Though I know some of you guys are using it in your respective categories. I think you guys said that you found it helpful. On either Wednesday or Thursday of this week, Seller Hub was rolled out to myself and a bunch of my friends. I do believe that we are the last wave to receive the Seller Hub. Okay, so I do believe now, if I'm not mistaken, everybody watching this has the new eBay Seller Hub, unless of course they opted out. So I want to get right into that right now and discuss the Seller Hub, and I do have a couple of questions I'd like to know from you guys. First of all, is there anybody that does not have the new Seller Hub? If so, I want to know about that. For you guys who've had it for several months, and I know there's quite a few of you out there, would you please tell us what you like about it and what you don't like about it? And maybe one of you guys who've had the hub for quite a while can answer a question I have. I spent some time exploring it on Thursday. And what I have been doing is when I'm selling an item, I would click Sell Similar. So let's say, for argument's sake, I'm selling a Ford wheel. Now I want to sell another Ford wheel. I would just go into my Ford category, click on Sell Similar, and change the details where appropriate. But my question is, how do you guys handle it when you want to relist something that has been sold and is no longer active? So I went into my Seller Hub and I checked all sold, and there was a list because I want to list some Hess toy trucks. And a couple of weeks ago I did sell some. But when I went into my all sold list, there are no more pictures associated with the listings. You have to read each and every line of text. And it's just quite tedious. All right, I don't like it. So my question is there an easier way that any of you guys know to either relist or sell similar an item that you've already sold and is no longer for sale in your store? Okay? As I said, I have to go into the Seller Hub, click on All Sold, then go through the list of all my sold items. It's tedious until I get to the particular item I want because the pictures aren't appearing. So if anybody has any information for me about that, any hints, please type them below. As I said, my sales are picking up now, and I'm happy to report I got a number of sales from guest accounts. Now you're probably thinking, Well, what the hell is so good about that? What's good about that is the guest accounts are people who are not eBay members. They're Googling our items, you know, they're doing a Google search, and Google search is picking up our items in eBay. You may remember last year we had a problem. We had a big problem with them not being picked up. But it seems like they're being picked up now, and I consider that really good news. In last week's video, I talked about lowball offers and ones I thought were reasonable and unreasonable, and a bunch of you guys responded. And one quote that comes to mind is from the Skinny Cow, and he agreed with me. When people send you a message through eBay saying, what is the lowest price you will take for your item? Or how low will you go? Forget it. Just walk away, guys, because those people are not serious buyers. Now, this weekend that just passed, I had at least 3 lowball offers. Like they would say, will you take $40 for a $90 item? And in each case, I wrote back to them and I said, no, I'm sorry, I can't go that low because I have eBay fees, PayPal fees, and the priority mail shipping fees. So I said I can't go that low, but I didn't rule anything out. Usually that spurs them into coming back with a better offer. But of the 3 lowball offers I received, not a single one came back with a better offer. But it's no big deal. My stuff doesn't go bad. It lasts forever. And I'm sure somebody will come back with a better offer. Let's talk a little bit about returns now and a false SNAD case. I'm going to combine these 2 topics into one. I have told you guys in the past, I get a lot of returns on eBay Motors. That has not changed. I once before read to you my quarterly return figures for eBay. I'm going to do that again right now because I just printed them out for each month. I want you to hear this, and I defy any one of you guys, I defy one of you guys to tell me you had more returns in the month of October than I did. This is not my world's record, by the way, but this is just an unusually bad month. In October, my returns were $640 in the month of October alone. Is there anybody out there that can meet or beat that? And if you don't know how to do it, just log into your PayPal account and you will create a report, okay, for the month, and the month you would choose would be October. All right? Now, my November, let's see what my November was. Alrighty, my returns in November, $89.95. That's not bad at all. I could take that any day of the week. $89.95 for the whole month of November. And for the month of December, $138. Again, not terrible. I can accept that. But Jesus, I gotta look at this again. I almost don't believe this figure. $639.85 in the month of October for returns. But guys, I've said this. I don't like returns any more than you do. But it's a necessary evil. All right? Brick and mortar stores take returns. Amazon takes returns. So I can understand why people do these returns. In my case, it's always people that did not read the listing and bought the wrong size. But to be fair to the people, to be fair, every one of these returns were honest returns, meaning the person bought the item, bought the wrong size, and when they filed the return, they paid the return shipping. They admitted they were wrong. But I want to tell you what happened to me this week. This is something that's never happened to me in my 16 years on eBay. It has happened to a lot of you, and I get tons of mail, you guys complaining about people opening false SNAD cases against you. And I totally understand where you're coming from. So here's my case. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I sold a cheap item to an eBayer. They were emblems, very small emblems that you would put on your aluminum alloy wheels. The size of the emblem was clearly stated in the listing. The buyer bought them as a gift for her old man, gave them to him as a gift, and they were the wrong size for his wheel. He needed a smaller size. So she wrote to me and said, listen, these are too big. Do you have them in a smaller size? If you do not, will you take these back? I said, I do not carry them in a smaller size. This is the only size I carry. However, if you want to send them back, that's not a problem. Just go right ahead and send them to me. 3 or 4 days go by. I hear nothing. Then she writes to me again through eBay contact with a picture of his emblem, which is smaller than what they bought from me. And she says, do you have these in stock? I said, no, I don't carry them. But if you want to send the other ones back, go right ahead. I'll accept the return. And she says, okay, I'll send them back tomorrow. Sounds good to me. The next day, she opens a SNAD case against me, saying that there's something wrong with the item. Now guys, we're still under the old defect system, meaning even if I accept the return, no matter what happens, I'm getting a defect, even though I did nothing wrong and she clearly admits to buying the wrong size. So I said to myself, well, this isn't good. I said, let me give eBay a call. I'm going to show them right in the eBay contact that she admits that she made the mistake. Surely they'll have my back on this, don't you think? Think again. I got a representative and he says to me, well, I can clearly see through your contacts back and forth that this is a case of buyer remorse. However, because she opened a case or a request, as they call it now, I can't do anything about it. I said, wait a minute, hold up. She admits she's wrong. She opens a case against me just to get the free shipping, okay? And let me tell you, the free shipping is less than $3, okay? I said, that's why she's doing this, to get the free shipping back. I did nothing wrong. I said, I shouldn't have to pay the shipping. And he says, well, you have 2 choices. One, you can take it and you can eat it, meaning I can give in to her demands and pay for the shipping to get the item back. Or I can escalate it to eBay. And he says to me, but listen, if you escalate it to eBay and if they find against you, that's going to hurt you because you only are allowed a certain amount of cases closed without seller resolution. I said, this is ridiculous. I said, this is really wrong. I said, I don't mind taking a return. I don't have a problem with that. I said, but do you realize right now, I said, even if I accept the return, I'm getting a defect and I'm standing up to myself. I said, I'm not accepting this. And he says, well, the only thing I can do for you, he says, if you give her a return, you can call us back. We'll go back into your account and we'll remove the defect. I said, sir, I've been on hold for 20 minutes. I don't have that kind of time to keep calling back. I said, how about if I give her the return right now? Will you take the defect off my account? Because I can see I'm not going to win this, but out of principle, I'm not taking that freaking defect, even though the defect system changes February 20th. So the representative says, yes, you give her the refund now. So what I did was, I accepted the return and I sent her a label, right while I had the guy on the phone. I said, all right, I just sent her the label, take the defect off. He says, no. He says, you have to also give her the money back ahead of time before I'll take the defect off. Oh my God. I said, okay. So I go ahead and I give her the defect back. So I don't even know if I'm going to get these items back or not. All right? But he saw that I gave him the money back on his end and he took the defect off. If the defect system was not changing next month, February 20th, I would be absolutely stark raving mad right now. But because it is changing, I'm going to let it slide. But I'm telling you guys this story just to try and tell you that I feel your pain. You guys have written to me many, many times telling me how you've had a bad buyer dick you over. I have been very fortunate. I've never had this. And I'm also fortunate that it's a cheap item too. But I do understand where you're coming from. And quite frankly, I think eBay understands where you're coming from too. And that's why they have changed the defect system to be fair to sellers starting February the 20th. So just guys, hang in there and you'll be okay. I just thought you'd be interested in hearing my little story. I don't want you guys to feel that it's only you that it's happening to. It happens. It's part of selling online. All right, let's move on to some more cases here. I'd like to give a big thank you and a shout out to Mr. Hal Lawton. Those of you guys who do not know who Mr. Hal Lawton is, he is the Senior Vice President of eBay North America. And I'm giving him a thank you because he is sending me a nice little eBay swag bag. I was the winner. I was one of the winners of his contest yesterday, Thursday. He held an impromptu contest in one of the private Facebook groups, and I purely stumbled onto it by accident, and I was one of the winners. And I mean, it's freaking great. I'm so happy. I love winning. Joey loves to win. So next week, guys, hopefully I'll have a nice swag bag to show you some prizes that I've won. What I would like to talk to you now about is the most serious topic of today's video, and I saved it to last. For those of you guys who've been doing your shipping and maybe cleaning up around the house and just listening to me, I want every one of you guys to stop what you're doing. All right? Put down the tape gun, put down the soda, stop what you're doing, sit down. If you have an iPhone, look at the screen. If you're on your Mac, look at the screen. Because I'm going to take you through some screenshots of a very serious thing that happened the other day. So what I'll do now is I'll cut to the screenshots. You can digest the information. Then I'll come back here and we'll talk about it. So let's do the cutaway right now. Okay guys, the following screenshots are all from Monday, January the 4th, 2016. So what happened is Monday morning I signed on to my eBay as usual, and I'm greeted with this very unusual and questionable message. Someone sent you a private message. View now. Now, as a 16-year member on eBay, I know all messages appear right here under the My Messages section. However, because I am on my eBay and this is the eBay site, I wasn't 100% sure this was a scammer message, but I was pretty sure. I was like 98% sure. But I decided to go ahead and click this to see what would happen. And of course, it took me to a site off eBay that had nothing at all to do with eBay. It was basically some kind of a chat site. They wanted people to sign up with their name and information. So I clicked out of it, came back right here to my eBay, and this bothered me so much that I took it upon myself to make this screenshot and post it in one of the private Facebook groups devoted to eBay. You know, I talk about these private groups each week and I tell you how helpful they can be. So I posted it and I wanted to get some people's input on it and their information. So of course people wrote back and said that it was a terrible thing, it shouldn't be on eBay. And one person suggested that I write to Facebook at eBay. Now I've written to them before and I find them to be very helpful. The only thing is you cannot send them any screenshot or any pictures for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, I wrote to them and I explained the situation, and they've always been very helpful and they get back to me the same day. But I was pleasantly surprised because before they even had a chance to get back to me, this gentleman here, Sean Vosseller, an eBay employee, got back to me on the Facebook group the private eBay Facebook group, and he wrote this: "Thanks for calling that out. Definitely not good. We don't have full control over the ad network, but I forwarded it on to our ad team to get it blocked." Then about an hour or two later, he came back and wrote, "And now it's gone, and the advertiser has been blocked." And I think this is great, that eBay participates in our Facebook groups and is there to address our concerns when they need to be addressed. I think that's great. So, after I heard from Sean, and in case anybody of you guys don't know who he is, Sean is the Senior Director of Product Management for eBay. Very high up on the food chain. But to continue, let's go back to the screenshot I showed you earlier, okay? I then heard from Facebook and eBay. "Hi, Joseph. I apologize. I can see how that could be definitely cause confusion. We do sell advertisements in that space, but we don't want someone to try and abuse our members. Either there's been some malware on the device in question, meaning my Mac, and I can guarantee you I have no malware on my Mac, none at all, or we need to work harder to check which advertisers are allowed to post on our site. Can I ask you to run a scan with your preferred anti-malware provider? Also, can you please let us know if you're still seeing that or other suspicious advertisements? I'll pass the report on to our team and we'll see if we can track down what caused that. Regards, Corey M. from the social media team." Now keep in mind, at this time, Corey did not know that Shan had already contacted me and resolved the problem. So I wrote back to Corey, and I told Corey exactly what had happened, that I had spoken to Shan, and that he had rectified the problem. And then Corey wrote back, "Thanks, Joseph. I suspected that might be the case, but I hadn't heard back on my side. We appreciate you bringing that to our attention, and I'm glad our team was able to get to the bottom of it. Let me add my apologies as well. We never want to allow that kind of misleading behavior on this site. Regards, Corey M., social media representative." All right, guys, let's get back to the basic video, and we will discuss this in detail now. Okay, guys, I hope each and every one of you understood. To rehash what happened, as you saw, I signed on to my eBay, and I got that bogus spam message right on top of the screen, okay? That was Monday morning when all this happened, all right? That should never be allowed on eBay. And somebody, in my opinion, my humble opinion, dropped the ball by letting that advertiser post that kind of a message on the eBay site proper. Now, as you know, that advertiser has been banned and that ad has been pulled. But I'm sure a lot of newbies would see something like that and think it's a legit message. To be honest, guys, I don't think eBay should be selling advertising space in that area. All right, I don't. That's just my personal opinion as an eBay seller and a long-time eBay seller. It kind of bugged me out when I saw that message, but I don't want to spend too much time complaining about it because it was rectified. I was lucky. Actually, we were lucky. I should say we as eBay sellers are lucky that I was able to get somebody on that right away and get it removed. But I'd like your comments about that if you don't mind. Do you think eBay should continue to sell advertising space there? And what do you think of that bogus message? Was that off the charts or what? It's already. I don't really like to keep you guys too long. So let's go over today's salient points and we'll give you some fodder for discussion in the comment sections. Number one, these false SNAD returns. I know a bunch of you guys have complained about it. Do you feel that they're getting worse? I know quite a few of you do. It has not been a big problem for me, but now that I got a taste of it, I can understand how you feel. But as you saw, I get quite a few returns. I also got another 3 returns, I believe, this week. Luckily, they're all small returns. all right? And again, I'm not gonna piss and moan about a return if it's done correctly. If they make a mistake, no problem. Send it back, I'll give you your money back. But I just don't like to get dicked over with a false SNAD case. Now, starting February 20th, that can't happen. Because even if they try and pull a fast one with a SNAD case, as long as you make good on it, you won't get a defect, okay? So that's gonna help us a lot. Just don't run out of stock. If you run out of stock on your item and a person wins it or buys it and you can't fulfill the need, then you will get a defect, okay? Very quickly, I hate to jump around here, but I forgot to tell you guys, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I sold something and I couldn't find it. I did it again. You know, this is one of my weaknesses, one of my fallacies. I sold an item on eBay, I went to find it and I couldn't find it. So what did I do? Did I give him his money back and send him packing? No. I went right onto eBay, found another seller who had it, bought it from him, okay? I try not to ever disappoint an eBay buyer. Also, guys, if you have any comments about your sales, how are your sales this first week? As I said, mine started off really slow, but they're finally picking up now, and I'm happy. If you have any comments about the Seller Hub, I'd really like to hear from some of you guys on the Seller Hub. You guys who've had it for a month or two, do you like it? Or do you hate it? What do you like? What do you hate? And if you have any advice for me, how I can find in my items that have already been sold, pictures. I can't find any pictures coming up, it's just text. Anyway, guys, that's about it. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next Friday. And if you're wondering, by the way, why I'm filming inside tonight, it's because I got home late. I was 2 hours in the dentist chair. I'm still a little bit numb on the side here. And it's sprinkling out lightly, but the main problem is it's dark out. So that's why I'm inside on a Friday night. Thanks, guys. It's been my pleasure. I hope this video helped you. If it did help you, slap a like. If it didn't help you, tell me why not. Maybe I'll help you next week. Thanks. Rock on.